Hello, I'm Demi Utley, the founder here at Utley Strategies, where we help B2B businesses with their sales proposals. Today, I'm going to talk to you about technical proposal writing. Let's dive in. First, what is technical proposal writing? So technical proposal writing is where you write about the technical aspects of your solution. However, it doesn't have to be technical in the technology sense. Instead, think of this as the area where you would describe what it is that you're offering in detail. Many times readers will not be familiar with the terms that you use in your proposal because they're hiring you since you are the expert in your solution. So it's important when you're creating your technical content to be informative without going into too much detail and alienating your audience. Let's talk a little bit more about what it takes to create good technical proposal content. The first step and the most important step is to accurately scope the project. And what does that mean? So in the scope of work section, you're going to go into detail on your process, your approach, your implementation plan if you have one, your product if you have one that you're offering, or services if you only are offering services, any deliverables that you will provide as part of the project, your communication process, and what's in scope and out of scope. For example, let's say that your offering only includes pre-recorded videos and no live trainings. That means in your scope of work section, you will list pre-recorded videos, and the out of scope will have live trainings since you're not offering live trainings as part of this. Once you have figured out all of the details of your scope of work, the next step is to understand your audience and how much they know about what it is that you're offering. In some cases, they might be experts on what you're offering, and therefore they'll know a lot about what you're doing and they just need a little extra help. In other cases, they might know nothing, and that's why they're working with your organization. So it's very important in cases where they're not familiar with your terms and what it is that you're offering that you don't use too much jargon, because the reader's not going to understand what you're saying, and it makes it harder to read through and evaluate your proposal if you're using terms that they don't know. So instead, try to balance using terms that are specific to your industry with explanation, so that way the people who maybe aren't familiar with what you offer can read your proposal and understand everything without question. Another great way to convey your technical content is to use visuals. So if you have a designer on your team, you can work with them to create visuals of some sort that can accompany your technical proposal content. This is especially helpful for things like, complex approaches or projects or architectures, things like that, or even just your team and how your team works together. So you can get creative in that space, and it'll help make your proposal easier to evaluate. Lastly, if you were provided a format for your proposal, always make sure you follow that format exactly. It can be tempting when you're creating your technical proposal content to format it the way that makes sense to you, but if they're expecting it back in a certain format and you send something completely different, at best they read through it and they're just a little annoyed. At worst, they just completely throw out your proposal and don't even read it. So just make sure that if you have a format, you follow that format. Okay, so that's a quick overview of technical proposal writing and how you can get started. For more information, make sure you view our technical proposal writing playbook, which you can access at the link below. Stay tuned for more proposal tips, and I'll see you in the next video.